da da. What's cooking? Da da da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 da da da.
Da 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 da.
Welcome to Thingus, everyone.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
Is Chippendale kind of Disney's version of Bugs Bunny?
They're Disney's version of something else, aren't they?
Yeah, those two mice that argue with each other.
I mean, there was like those two like polite gophers that were always like, "Thank you."
Oh my god. That's bottom of the barrel Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that was pretty ass.
What are they called?
Macintosh. Is that supposed to be a
sucks.
parody of them?
Maybe, but they weren't very funny. Like,
Nah.
like Warner Brothers' best parodies of Disney were all like nasty, mean-spirited versions of what Disney was doing.
Yeah.
Those guys were too wholesome. Nobody wanted that kind of shit from Warner Brothers. Should we play? So we've been gone for a week. Thank you to Joe for filling in with a clip show last week while I was out being gay with my husband of 10 years, 9 years. Oh, you're making dinner while watching. How nice. We had a very nice Valentine's Day. It was kind of a low-key Valentine's Day. We spread it out over 2 days, and I'll be honest, the Valentine's Day itself was at home was more fun than the night of going out. The night of going out, I was kind of like, time to take it easy and recoup some of my adult responsibilities. I'm trying not to do 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row, I'm finding, is the recipe for regrets. Cute! You went to see Lisa Frankenstein and got Korean barbecue. That sounds amazing. I haven't seen that movie, but that sounds like the place to be on Valentine's Day. Korean barbecue, you don't need a heater. You don't need a heater. You're standing in front of a flame, right? An open flame. Unless it's one of those places where they just don't do that, where it's like there, but you're not allowed to use it because it doesn't work. Which would be a real shame. All right, someone lost their kitten. I'll go on a head chip and scatter some things of mine that might help while we search. No, Gadget, don't. Oh. The only reason I'm a rescue ranger is so that I can do the mission with you. Like, imagine buying this video game and realizing that Gadget's not gonna be with you while you're playing.
Well, it's Chip and Dale. Gadget's not in the title.
No, but we all know what we're here for.
Well, she's gone immediately.
No more Gadget. Like, we'll see Zipper more than we see Gadget. Oh, you can pick an apple up. How fun. Hey! I love that he sweats bullets while he's got that apple in his hands. Oh, fun. All right. Lovely mechanics in this game, right? So fun.
Yeah, this is a great... This art is already amazing.
You can't hide under an apple, but you can hide under these blocks. Yeah, this game definitely makes you feel like you're a little rodent, right?
Yeah, everything's big. It's like, no!
Oh no!
Stop killing me!
That's the first time I killed you tonight. Oh, there goes Zipper. Whoa. Yeah, this is great. Like, everything's intuitive. Everything's intuitive, especially if you played this when you were 6 years old and just remembered.
Oh, god damn it.
I love when I'm just yelling at nobody about how a game is good.
It's like, yeah, I get that, I guess. It's like a game is good and you're not even thinking about it.
No. Well, a game is good and you're like, see? It's good. They don't all have to suck. They can be good. No. I don't even know. No! I don't even know why I would want to have one of these metal blocks. You can't throw them very far.
'Cause you could use them over and over.
Yeah. I like single-use blocks.
It's all you, bro.
Oh no, you're dead? No!
Are we bros? Is that the premise?
No, Chip and Dale are friends.
Okay.
No! As soon as bees are introduced, I don't want to play this game anymore. Oh my god, I'm all the way back at the start by myself? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, these Disney games were really good, but they also were really hard. They're made by the same fuckers who make Mega Man, so they don't care.
They don't give a shit if you're 3, which is when you're playing this game, you're supposed to be 3.
Oh, yeah.
And this giant robotic dog is just coming at you.
Yeah.
Showing no mercy. No! Well, we just ate it immediately. What is this? You're in heaven? You're in a bonus stage where nothing ever happens?
You're in a screen that you can't go to, but you can see.
Yes. All right, we want to try this again?
Yeah, let's
We can't give up before, like, we gotta clear level 1, right?
Yeah, we could do that.
Gadget not being in this game, sorry. Gadget not being in this game is why the cult of Gadget, I mean, there are many reasons why the cult of Gadget exists. But I'm just speaking on behalf of them at this moment. Where's Gadget?
I'm not just speaking on behalf of them. I'm also their president.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm part of the cult of Gadget. I liked Gadget the best.
Yeah, we're all in the cult, I thought.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, I don't think you even remember Rescue Rangers if you don't remember Gadget, right?
Well, Chip and Dale is something else besides Rescue Rangers, but who even knows that?
No, nobody knows that. Why? Because they're in like some racist cartoon with Daffy Duck with Donald Duck. I don't think so, and I don't think anyone cares about that.
Oh my god, those cartoons, they look awesome, but they're not funny.
No, not at all. Chip and Dale is not funny.
Disney, Donald Duck, great cartoons, not funny.
Not funny. I mean, Donald Duck is funny.
Well, I feel like even the really good Donald Duck cartoons, they just like abruptly end. There's not like some like really funny punchline to them ever.
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, look, even Three Stooges shorts abruptly end, right? In fact, that's one of the things I love about them, is like the Three Stooges will just get into another fix and then the music starts playing and it's over. Like, you idiot, and then it's over. No!
Yeah, same with like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah,
just here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again, even though all we've been doing, the entire content of this has been little gags like this. We're just gonna end on the most recent one. Three Stooges loved doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Duck is great, but like, Donald Duck and Chip and Dale, I don't think I would save those when we inevitably escape to space.
Yeah.
And have to bring a certain amount of things.
What? Oh, it's Monty. Okay.
I think he was sleepwalking.
Oh my god.
Good luck. I'm
yeah,
game
no
over.
way. I'm just instant death. Instant death.
Shredded.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. Ooh.
Sounds like the music from World Runner.
How many times I gotta do this?
That Little Mermaid game was also pretty hard.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
good job.
Thanks. I beat level 1.
Zone 0.
Do I get to see Gadget?
You get a bonus.
Do I get to see my love, Gadget?
No, you do not get a
No!
kiss.
I don't get a kiss from Gadget. Well, look, I didn't want a kiss. He tricked you.
He tricked us.
Oh, the kitten thing was never going to be the plot. No! She's inventing things for him.
No! You're really fucked up this time, Chip or Dale.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So you're Chip and I'm Dale, right?
Yes. And look, Gadget's mine, right?
What?
Look, I didn't mean anything by it, buddy. I just kind of thought we both agreed that she wants me.
Look, this is this is a lot to take in right now. I just found out that we weren't even brothers.
And that this wasn't about the kitten.
And that Gadget and I aren't married.
Well, look, none of us are married to her. She's married to her work.
She's married to working for Fat Cat now.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't care who she works for. She has no loyalties. You put her in a laboratory and she'll invent some evil tech for you. You feel like an Elon Musk voice. We have now hired Gadget. And she's implanting chips in people's brains for me.
I think it's all you. You have to do some of the men's voices too, Mare.
We have hired Gadget. She's implanting many chips in brains of definitely living people. Hate you. This guy's easier than until he's not, and then I'm gonna scream. Gotcha.
Nah,
Easy
he's
peasy.
the pushover. Who cares?
I love that the game over screen is just a bonus screen. You guys ran out of time. Yes,
She's
my
calling
sweet.
me. What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Chip was talking.
Shh. What's she saying?
I'm okay so far. I rigged up this wireless phone when Fat Cat wasn't looking. I sent a carrier pigeon with a map that shows how to find me.
Gotta run. Fat Cat is wearing his bathrobe, walking right toward me. Gadget, April O'Neil, the girl from that sideshow on Heathcliff. Who else is in this genre?
What, like, of a girl that, like, who's dating her? Somebody's got to be dating her.
She's dating all of them. Like, she's hanging out with all of them all the time. And there are no other girls.
Okay, I mean, Smurfette.
Yeah, that's
She's got to be dating somebody.
Smurfette is the classic, right?
Yeah.
She's dating all of them. She's everybody's mommy and girlfriend at the same time. Because you just need a touch of the feminine in these stories, right?
Yeah.
Who else? I feel like there are more. You notice these are all very beloved characters, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That chick with the leg warmers from Heathcliff. What's her name? Hey, chat. What's her name? They're all tripping over themselves to respond right now.
I mean, does she have a cult?
Oh, yeah. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Who else falls into this classification? There was never a girl in Looney Tunes. And then in Tiny Toons there were far too many. Right? The skunk probably stood out the most for people though. The others are just like, it's just like a drawing of the male character with hair, right?
Yeah.
Like Shirley the Loon is the most blatant, right? Shirley Loon is just Plucky Duck, but like painted white with hair.
Yeah.
Man, that is like, I've already noticed that my son thinks that girl cartoons are characters with hair or eyelashes. And like bald is the default for like a boy animal, but
Yeah.
a girl has a head of human hair. Are we still designing that way?
Well, anytime I see like a SpongeBob episode and they have a kid with a propeller beanie, it's like, man, are they still doing that? Because like, I've never seen anyone in real life with a propeller beanie.
No, they haven't worn those since like the 1950s.
The reason they do it though is to communicate an idea as fast as possible.
Right. When you're doing cartoons, you don't have a lot of time to fuff around with the hazy ideas.
Yeah.
There's a new Tiny Toons that makes Babs and Buster brother and sister. That's a huge mistake. That is a huge mistake. Wrong. I don't have anything else to say about that, honestly. How's everyone doing tonight? Bambi? Yeah, Bambi, he can't tell the difference between any of the female characters. He thought Bambi's mother came back because later Feline looks just like her, and he sleeps in a bed with her, just like he did with his mother. Didn't work. Beautiful movie. Those female deer all look the same. Almost muddled the message for him. Well, yes, obviously, Feline is the replacement for his mother, right? His mother has to die so that he can marry a woman, right?
I've never seen it.
Folks, Joe's never seen Bambi.
I've never seen Bambi, which is 1942.
Yeah, it's so. Well, it's just like, you know, Thingus hero, Thingus villain, Walt Disney.
Tricky bitch Walt Disney.
Tricky bitch Walt Disney. He makes Snow White. Craziest thing you've ever seen. Pinocchio. Even crazier. Bambi, right? Bambi's the third one? Oh no.
The third one? You forgot about Fantasia.
He did Fantasia number 3?
I think so.
Fantasia number 3. The most insane thing you've ever seen, even today.
Then Dumbo.
Then Dumbo, when they ran out of money. And then Bambi. Right. Bambi, where for the first time ever, Disney animators were looking at actual animals in order to like ascertain how they move and look. If you look at those animals in Snow White, a little funny looking, right? A little silly, right?
I mean, I think they look kind of cool, like those birds.
Oh no, they're very adorable. Actually, the birds are pretty. There's some realism to those birds at the beginning, and it shows. The rest of the birds in the movie are like not real looking birds.
I mean, those bunnies are adorable, but like
they're cute.
Yeah.
It's not a real bunny. In Bambi, every animal looks real. It's ridiculous how real they look, and I suspect that Disney animators from then on, instead of studying animals, they studied Bambi, which, you know, always a mistake, but always what happens, right?
I guess so, because everything studied the Jungle Book. Like, everything studies the Jungle Book, and, like, yeah, like, that was so long ago.
Yeah, the source material has been studied too much. The people who wrote the source material were not studying the source material.
That's true. Like, does everybody who works at Disney, like, are they, like, a fan of Disney?
I mean, by the time they get there, the company's already like almost 100 years old. I think, yes, definitely, right?
Yeah. Well, anybody who would work on like Chip and Dale, like even this game, and you were living in Japan, like, you'd probably have been a fan of this. You'd probably worked on this. Like, they probably made this in Japan, like the show, right?
The TV show? I don't know. I don't know who made the Chip and Dale show. This is a little perverse. I don't even know why I want to kill this guy. I have to in order to get past him, right?
I think that, yeah.
No, I didn't have to.
This is like the most anti-Little Brother game I've ever seen.
It really is. Like the co-op mode, you just die. Oh no.
You die, it kills you so easily by accident, and then you get no continues.
No continues.
Like, pressing start does nothing.
It's true. I spent a lot of time, quote unquote, playing this game, watching my brother play.
She doesn't mean me.
No, our older brother. The hierarchy demands that he plays Chip. No! I had to scratch my head for 1 second. Look what happened.
Yeah, except the movie says that Chip gets with the fly.
You mean Gadget? Yeah. No,
yeah,
I mean
Gadget gets with the fly.
That's so funny though, right? Like that's the funniest possible outcome. The people who wrote the Chip and Dale movie, which, like, come to think of it, all my complaints notwithstanding about how few people draw from any good material, they did a bang-up job on that movie.
I have to say, you did convince me to see that as funny. Like, at first I was like, Meredith's gone insane. There's no way this movie's any good. And suddenly there's like this really like close thing about, like, it's really close to the kind of things we laugh at.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's a part where Chip is like, oh hey, it's Baloo, and Baloo starts singing, and it's like immediately you realize Baloo is like really pitiful and like washed up and like embarrassing.
Yes, and then you realize that so is Dale.
Yeah, all of them are.
All of them are.
He's equal to Ugly Sonic. So like he's doing this like horrible influencer lifestyle.
Yeah, and he's gotten plastic surgery to become 3D.
And I'm a little disgusted by how this movie looks, but it's so similar to like my like Pete the Power Cuck thing, where it's like we know exactly where these guys would be, what they would be doing in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
They have that sense, so I'll give it to them. Although
Absolutely.
I don't know if I could really sit through that entire movie. It was kind of annoying.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you saw where they were going with it. Yeah, like imagine if you got keys to the castle to write a Disney property of your choice. How fun would that be?
Oh my god. I mean, would they even let me do what I want with it? Because like
you're too edgy, Joe.
Well, yeah, but like they also want that.
Same place I died last time.
Don't they make edgy shit? Like, isn't Marvel edgy?
I think the reason that they got to make that movie was because it was the pandemic and it went directly to streaming.
Yeah.
And not a lot of those movies are getting doled out. You'll have to wait until the next pandemic. What? Trying to fight these guys.
I don't know. I thought you had to go under that to pass those columns, but
yeah,
you can just walk through them.
You can just walk through them. All right, where did I die last time? I'm gonna try not to die there again.
They probably made it too hard and then just got rid of the like barriers.
Actual hard thing about it. Yeah, I think so. All right, that's where I died. Can you not? What's this guy gonna? No!
Oh my god. Every fucking Disney game has like a bird that kills you.
I know.
DuckTales for DOS, there's like a bird that like comes at you if you're taking too long.
Oh my god, I know.
This is just literally Mega Man. This is literally Mega Man right now.
Hard. That's what it is. Nice. Ah!
Oh my god. Can't believe you have to do this whole thing alone.
I know.
Although I'll give it to them. They made the game co-op, which is better than Nintendo could do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they went for it. They went for it, guys.
But this problem exists in modern Mario games with co-op. It exists in the Yoshi games, and it's really annoying.
It's true. Everyone in DuckTales is a bird or a dog. That's true, but we're talking about a wild bird, not a duck. Yes, my sweet. Yes, Queen. That cat sent some tough-looking characters to Zone D.
Dude, just face it. She doesn't like us. She doesn't like either of us.
Yeah. Fat Cat kidnapped her, and she's being forced to live with him for what, 3 weeks now?
Oh my
she's
God.
like, guys, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Actually, don't even hurry. Everything's fine. I think Gadget could get used to this. Cute. No! It's mad to even be alive. No!
Oh my God.
Just kill me now. Yeah, this is some mean Mega Man shit.
Yeah, and it also gives you that Mega Man music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all these great aesthetics are your reward for being good.
Yeah. Ah! Can you kill those? Yes. I can just kill them before they come to life. Oh. Does that hurt you? I don't think it does. Oh, it does. Oh, me dead. You can tell they're slightly different color, right? No, they're the same color. Oh.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, they are a different color, I think.
They're like a little
it's like,
redder, yeah.
Yeah, there's two colors that are very close on the NES.
Well, then they did it the right way. They got you. I wish you could grab the blocks by standing on top of them. That would be choice.
That'd be Mario 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a game they never made another, like, sequel to.
I don't even know what the stars do.
I feel like a lot of my favorite platformers involve grabbing and interaction with objects like that, like this.
No.
Like Yoshi and Kirby and Mischief Makers.
Right, where you're just like fucking with the world. No! Just like, wow, when you see yourself in a video game. No! No!
Oh my God, the music.
Da 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 da.
Wow.
Hate. No! No!
No!
So dead. Oh. My immersion. I'm definitely in a real flow state with this game. No! Da 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 da. Oh, could I? No. Could I maybe? Haha. Aha. That one's already off. No! My block. No! No! I got a lot of lives.
How How come I didn't?
No, I don't understand. Did I steal your lives?
I have no idea. Nothing happens when I press buttons.
Great music. Up-ba-da-da-da-da. Think there's something fun in here? Or just this? Nothing.
Well, that was fun, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's true. I did enjoy myself. Yeah, as a co-op mode, this game does suck. But look how much fun I'm having. Wish you could hit them with the block.
Oh my god.
No. Oh, where do I hit him? In the chest? There we go.
Nice.
Blinks out. It's impossible to do this. Ah, got it.
I feel like even after having done so little, Dale would still think he's got a chance with Gadget.
Yeah, exactly. He's not even helping.
He's not here at all.
No.
And I'm like, I'm trying.
I hope Gadget knows how much I'm trying.
It's like he's Indiana Jones, Chip.
Oh, yeah.
And Dale is who
Dale's
the
his
fuck is he
drunk
supposed to
friend.
be?
His stupid drunk friend. Right? Like Dale's red nose. We all know what that means, right?
That he's like is he always drunk?
Yeah. He's like he's goofy, you know? But not goofy.
No, not like a good father goofy.
No, he's the opposite of a Dale. Dale should not be responsible for anybody.
This game's music is so good.
Yep. It's good stuff. No. No.
I forgot all of these songs because I never played this game.
I know.
And I still haven't.
No! Oh,
God.
dirty. Bunch of dirty tricks in this game. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh. This is just a Mega Man level. Like this is so horrible.
Mean.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm scandalized by how mean this is.
Oh, God.
It's like hanging on for dear life. Dale was based off of Tom Selleck. You mean like when they dressed him, right? You're almost at the casino. Is this the end of the game?
Maybe.
This music sounds just like the song we just heard.
I mean, it's the same genre.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Fat Cat and his dirty boys. Love these big old seats.
I like these lizards.
Yeah, they're cute. They only have one hit in them, which I like. Ah! He jumped away and disappeared. The game just can't possibly remember. No! What's that? Pushes you around? What is it, coins? Oh.
Yeah, they're chips. You should recognize them. You're one.
It's true. I am a chip. Oh, I did not expect that football player to only last one hit. Is that a bomb? I really don't need to see what happens when I use the bomb. Ah! Just perpetual. Just forever. Forever flies. Haha. This is the original cartridge, right? The one we had as kids?
I think so. When I put it in, it just worked.
Oh, no blowing needed.
No.
Amazing. Uh-oh. No! I don't even know why I want this. Why'd I even go down here? Just to get money. Just for a couple of greenbacks. Eat it, doofus.
I'm starting to see like a Cuphead similarity. I bet they played this game.
Ugh, I made it harder for myself. Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Nice. All right.
Nice. Every one of these Disney games had like a unique mechanic.
No! No! I thought I could make a little staircase, but apparently not. All right, that's enough. Okay. I don't need to. I just want you. No! No!
No, she wants you to use her rocket.
Oh, I see. Well, yes, my dear. Oh. I fell back to Earth.
Man, are we going up to Z?
I don't remember how much of this game there is. Ah! Nah. I don't think I'm gonna make it that far. It's been a while since I've played a game without giving up for so long.
Have you beaten this?
Oh, many times in childhood.
Yeah, I didn't realize how good you were at this.
Yeah. Some games you just play a lot of.
Yeah, like it becomes second nature.
Totally. And some games you're just more willing to be patient with than others.
Yeah, like I can't imagine you playing a Mega Man, but this is
No.
like almost a Mega Man game.
Ah! It's true. It's true. This is very similar to a Mega Man, but aesthetically it's for me.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, I thought maybe this game was gonna scroll back again. I was like really impressed. So what do we want to talk about this week?
Well, I've written a few things down.
All right, please. We went to Long Island this weekend. What the fuck?
Yeah, we got some of our old games.
We recovered quite a bit of Thingus this weekend from our mom's house, including this game, and many old, like quite a few old consoles. We got my Dreamcast and my PS1, and we're just waiting on. We're just waiting for the PS1. We're just waiting on a wire, and for the Dreamcast, we're waiting on a CD burner so we can make a bunch of games. Cool thing about Dreamcast, you can just burn CDs and play them.
Yeah, were you able to like actually get games off the internet in 2001?
No, not easily.
Yeah.
Maybe on, maybe in an AOL chat room. Well, yeah. Maybe in an AOL chat room where there was wares, or as I like to call it, Juarez. I remember one time when I was like 13 years old, I was in a Juarez chat room, and you know, there are all these users. Like it wasn't automated at that point. Like some of it was automated. Oh, fun. Some of it was automated, but there still had to be people distributing all the Juarez, right? All the pirated software and music. And I was in this chat with like this group that like pirated a lot of stuff. You know, they put their name on all of it. And I guess I kind of admired what they did, and I thought it would be fun to be one of those people who distributed Juarez. So I signed up for like an interview to become, oh yeah, this guy can't be killed. To become one of those guys. Can you kill him? Great animation there. I signed up to be interviewed, and the guy interviewing me, who you know I'm sure was the exact same age as me, was like asking me a bunch of questions, and it came up that I was a girl, and he was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll let you do this interview, but like, don't tell anybody that you're a girl." Like that wasn't allowed. Like you aren't allowed to be a girl distributing Juarez. Wait, how come I got him there? Anybody else be a female Juarez server back in the day? I feel like I was breaking down boundaries.
Yeah, legal ones.
I mean, look, those boys were perfect gentlemen to me. And they were all boys. There was not a single adult involved in this business.
Yeah. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, come out and play.
It's true. No. No. There we Problem solved forever. Jeez. I love this with the like the office desks and shit.
Yeah, are there any other games for this system that make you feel small like this?
That one level in Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see who I can kill. Yeah, really hilarious that they have Gadget get married to Zipper.
Well, he's the only one who survives.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, these other guys are toast. Zipper's resilient. He's brave. And he doesn't have an ego about him. I can see why Gadget went for him. I like they have Monty be just like addicted to drugs. Like Monty is just desperately an addict. And Chip is just like worried about him. Like, it's good to see you, old buddy. Are you okay? We're gonna get you better, Monty. Fine.
Well, yeah, maybe Disney is warming up to the idea of hiring me to make Pete the Power Cuck.
Come on, guys. We all know that this is... Oh, shit. Good. Oh, I have not mastered how to do this. How do I avoid all the pieces? Ah! Not avoid the pieces. Where do I go? Maybe just off to the slightly off to the side of. No. Ah! Oh. Do you see an opening here? Oh, that worked. But I don't know why. Ah, that did not work. Ah, no. How the hell?
This game gives you so many lives.
I know. You have to jump? No! I don't get it. I don't get how you're supposed to get
so it was weeks ago now, but I guess you watched the Super Bowl.
Yes,
Okay.
it was weeks ago. And you did not watch the Super Bowl, am I right?
No, I was watching Zeal speedrun Breath of Fire 3.
All right.
And he did it. He beat the world record for
Wow.
100% by like 20 minutes.
Oh man, cool.
Yeah,
Zeal
it was
did it.
great. It was a 12-hour run.
Okay. I can't believe people play those 12-hour runs. I've reached Fat Cat's home base. Now go get him. Go get him, Tiger. She says as she gives me a little kiss
Oh
in
my
her
God.
wedding dress.
We'll see. If you beat this game, we'll see if you get a kiss.
I mean, she did give me a little heart, right?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
She
Was
gave me
there
her-
a heart in that message?
She gave me her love.
Bro, I think you're in. I think you're
I
in.
think I'm in. Feeling good about this one. No! I don't even know how many lives I have left. I don't care. Weird. What the hell? No. Don't make me. Oh no, they two-hit gangsters.
What are we looking? Oh, they're gangsters.
Yeah.
I thought they were pilgrims.
Yep. Oh my god. Unfair shit.
You got this, Chip. Do you
Ow.
think Gadget heard me cheering Chip on just now?
I hope she heard that, bro.
I'm sure she's thinking about how hard I'm trying. She knows.
She knows. Yeah, no, bro, I'm sure she knows. Just a mashing machine. Nah! That was just for revenge. No! Oh. Humbling. Ah.
Fuck.
I could probably duck under those. How many lives do I have? What do those mean? Cute, though. I don't think it's worth fighting these guys. Yeah, so I saw the Super Bowl, and first of all, I figured out a way to make the Super Bowl tolerable.
Okay.
Mute it, and I watch it with your favorite music. Watch it with music of your choice. It is so much better. You know, put on captions, but do not listen to the audio at the Super Bowl. That is the thing that stresses you out and keeps you from focusing, which is obviously what they want, right? So that you can be like, I'm gonna buy things, right? That's how they lull you into that feeling. Does not really hit the same if you, ow.
It's true. The audio is designed to like grab your attention. I mean, I guess the Super Bowl is a little different because the commercials are something you want to pay attention to.
I don't know. I've found the commercials unbearable for a few years. You know why? They insist upon themselves.
Wow.
Like, the commercials are like, don't you love this, you little fucking piggies, right? Like, don't you love seeing celebrities?
Wow, they got Arnold to do a cameo on Cameo for $500.
Wow. No, it is like, it's just like, well, all right, here's the thing. Maybe I feel this more strongly than your average person, but I feel like on the whole, Americans are pretty sick of celebrities.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, celebrities especially who like get into politics.
Well, yeah, celebrities who do anything that is perceived as greedy, right? So like celebrities should be satisfied that they're famous and rich and that they give people a lot of joy through their movies, right? But they're not satisfied with that. They want to be part of the political zeitgeist at the same time. And I think that's repulsive and undignified. I feel this way about rich people in general, that why don't you just go enjoy your money? What are you doing trying to be one of the common people? Like, fuck off. You got everything you wanted. Fuck off from that. Why do you have to be cool too? I mean, this is the thing that's like so pathetic about Elon Musk, is that he doesn't want to just be the richest person on earth. He wants to post. Like, what's more undignified than that? Pathetic. Like, that's bug behavior.
Like, I have friends that have like 3 followers who are absolutely brilliant posters.
Uh-huh.
And Elon Musk has like 1% of their power. His posts are so pedestrian, they're so normie.
Yeah.
They're so boring.
Yeah, it's just like
level 1.
Yeah,
posting.
level
Everyone
one comedy.
who likes his shit are just like sucking up to him.
It's just like
Pathetic.
Harambe. Like he's just laughing about Harambe.
Yeah. It's baseline posting.
Yes. So like celebrities, I feel like yeah, part of it is their political posturing. During the pandemic, I think people like remember that like Gal Gadot video where she's like smiling and singing Imagine. Okay. At the beginning of the pandemic, when there was no vaccine and they didn't know how to treat the virus and lots of people were dying from it. Gal Gadot recorded this like TikTok video where she's singing Imagine all the people and like a bunch of other celebrities are in this video too, but she's sort of like leading it with their like benevolent smiles, like this ought to cheer up the hogs as they die. Like it was just, it felt so hateful. Can I do this?
Well, yeah, like
No!
to ruin a song at all is really evil, but like to do it while like hiding, hunkering down in your billion-dollar mansion while people die and like singing it so badly.
Yes.
Imagine all the people.
Yes. It was just like, you think you're doing some good in the world right now? You're a waste of space. And I think that's kind of how people feel more and more about celebrities. Do you think so?
Yeah, I do think so. Well, I think a lot of celebrities overstay their welcome. A lot of them demand our attention over and over. Like, not like Jack Nicholson, who does not.
Oh my God. All right. We need to circle around Jack Nicholson a little bit. So, the most disgusting thing I saw on the Super Bowl, by far, that no one is talking about, is the way Tony Hale looked. I swear to God, I'm going insane. I swear to God, I'm going insane.
You might be. I mean, I couldn't see it at first, but I see it now. Tony Hare.
Tony Hare!
Looks different from the Tony Hale we know.
Something's different, Tony. What is it? Is it the fact that you had less hair 20 years ago than you have in this commercial? All right. Tony Hale was in a commercial with Beyonce. I don't remember what the commercial was for. It doesn't matter. Tony Hare had way too much hair in this commercial. Like, I know celebrities get plugs and shit, but like this was blatant. Like you have to get hair replacement that is within the realm of plausibility. And there is just no reality in which he had this much. So I told you about this guns blazing. And you had an idea that would absolve Tony from this. What was it?
Absolve him?
Well,
I mean,
it would make him more innocent of the crime that I'm accusing him of being a preening little celebrity jackass.
Oh no, just that it could be like a cover up.
Oh, okay. You're going deep right away. No, you said something else that I thought was intriguing. You said that maybe Beyonce didn't want to do the commercial with him unless he had more hair.
Right, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, like they were like talking to Beyonce how funny it would be to pose her next to Tony Hale, who's like this little insecure mad child in Arrested Development who's like losing his hair. But like she was like, no. I can't stand next to him unless he looks better. So they gave him like stubble and hair and like clothing.
And they gave him
dressed
clothing.
him like something other than Chris Chad. They made him look like a grown-up.
Yes, absolutely. And like And like, if that's the case, then if the case is that next time we see Tony Hale, he looks back to normal, all is forgiven. It was obviously Beyonce's fault.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, although it could be a long time before we see him again.
Well, all right. So my other theory, after you proposed the Beyonce theory, is that he decided this would sort of be like maybe Beyonce forced him to do it, but he decided that this would sort of be like a little bit of a test case to see if he could get away with it. Like, he's testing the water right now. What do you think I should do here?
You mean he's asking Reddit users to like comment on his hair and say if it looks good or not?
No, that would be too courageous. No, what he's doing is being in this commercial and then name searching to see what people think about his hair. And if they don't say anything, he's gonna keep doing this.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Right? He's testing the waters. All right, what should I do here? I've died so many times here.
I don't know.
I've died so many times here. What should I do, everyone? My family is starving.
My God.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept that block because now I've got this guy. Ah! All right. Well, I did my best, guys. I could not get past that ship for the life of me. Wait, do you want to continue? You want to try?
I'll give it a shot.
All right. We're already here.
Hey, it's me!
Oh, you're back. Here, give it back. Little brother.
All right, let's beat this fucking game.
All right. Yeah, this is
ducking does nothing!
This is very hard co-op.
I can't even go down.
No. Yeah, this would just be me playing like insta-death with our brother. Are you done?
I'm done. I'm out. That was all the me you get.
Oh my God, that's so unfair.
Every second, every fucking obstacle, death.
Death at every turn. I might just need to conserve my hearts. That might be the only way. Like, you have to take damage there, which kind of sucks from a gameplay standpoint. It's probably not true, but I'm not good enough to not take damage there. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna barrel through. I've got 3 hearts this time. No! Ah! Wanna try? Permadead. Oh my God. So yeah, I propose that we go easy on Tony until we see him again. I think we're gonna see him again soon, if we haven't already. And when we do, we'll have all the information we need to correctly pass judgment.
Well, 120 million people watched that Super Bowl, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
When are 120 million people gonna see Tony again?
Never.
Never.
Never. 120 million people have never seen Tony.
How many of those have seen Tony? Well, I guess all of them have seen Beyonce, right?
All of them have seen Beyonce. None of them have seen Tony. Unless you're a big fan of Arrested Development or Veep.
Right.
Then where have you seen him? He's got bit parts all over. Little sitcom things. Genuinely funny actor. Few great characters under his belt. Ah!
All right, we're done here. Continue 0.
Oh my god.
I think
I'm good.
not.
I'm good. Look, Fat Cat can have it. It's his house. We got Gadget back like 4 levels ago. I'm gonna take a break now and watch you play the main event. Oh, that's good. Ah.
Finally.
West and relaxation at West. Just chatting. Just got my little coffee. I just got my little tea. And my sleeves are up to my fingers. And I'm just holding the tea with my sleeves. Just chatting.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
That's the music of me doing jumping jacks. That's just what Tony Hell looks like without any makeup. Yeah, you're right. That's right. He's been putting makeup on over his stubble, and like the guy who played Pete Campbell in Mad Men, he's been shaving his hair to look bald for 20 years now. That's real commitment to the role. Finally, he can grow his hair out again. And this is what he gets. In his big moment with Beyonce, I'm questioning the whole damn thing.
Yeah, like, if we could accept that, think of what else we're supposed to accept.
Yeah.
This is just the first step, people.
That's right. This is phase 1.
This is testing the waters for the New World Order.
Oh my God. Oh, the guy who played Pete Campbell had to get his hairline plucked. That's agony. Agony for that role. For that role where he was a shitty little man that everyone hates.
Pete Campbell? I keep forgetting who that is.
You ever see the show Mad Men?
Okay. Yeah.
He's a young buck at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
By the end of the show, quite a few years have gone by, and his hairline has receded. But it's not real. He did that for the role, so that he would look sadder as the show went on. Not great, Bob. So he could look bald when he said, "Not great, Bob." Famous line. It's a beautiful thing, really, but yeah, I think our pal Tony is doing a reverse Pete Campbell over here.
Yeah.
He's saying
Hair
that everything
loss.
is great, Beyonce. Yeah, reverse hair loss. You can't just get hair that's more hair than you've ever had. You can't do that. You know who doesn't do that? You know who doesn't care about aging? You know who's not a preening asshole who cares so much about his age? Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson is confident. He's aging gracefully.
He's just old.
I mean, he's Jack Nicholson, and he's always looked like that.
Looked like what?
Like,
You just like see him sitting in a Lakers game and he's just like,
yeah, like at the Lakers game, they had like all these celebrities, right? They had like Leonardo DiCaprio, Woody Harrelson, Michael B. Jordan, and Jack.
yeah. All right. So of that bunch, though, fairly cool, right? Woody Harrelson lets it go, right? Woody Harrelson doesn't suddenly have more hair, right?
Well, I don't know. He's wearing a hat, and so is Leo.
Leo is pretending to age gracefully, wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. He was wearing a mask in that clip.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't see the clip in question. But I feel like DiCaprio is a weird-looking man, and yet, you know, he's not 100. I mean, none of these people are 100% what they would be when they age, but he's definitely like sculpting it on its way forward, right?
What?
All right, maybe you and I are not equipped to discuss the progression of celebrity plastic surgery. I feel like Mike could come on and really shed some light on these things for us.
No, as you said, people are sick of celebrities, and I feel like I've been sick of celebrities for a long time. I have heroes, obviously, and some celebrities are fine, but like they have to be fine like Jack Nicholson is, where they don't really like push themselves into your life with the way, or I guess like celebrities don't always have like full control over what people are saying about them, but like, there are celebrities that just like avoid the drama, like Jack.
Well, you can let your excellent roles speak for themselves. I don't know what it was like when Jack Nicholson was young. Maybe he said crazy shit in the press. But he kind of, his reputation speaks for itself at this point. He's just old and retired. And that, to me, is a person who is confident and not worrying what people think of them for the rest of their lives.
Well, there was a clip of him from recently, and it was just like him signing stuff for people and like talking to him, and they're like, Jack, are you doing anything? Are you working on anything? He was just like, no. I'm like, then he got into a car and left. Like he seems cool.
Yeah.
Like he'll just sign anything. I mean, it looked like he accidentally stole that person's pen, but like aside from
It's an honor.
yeah, like aside from that, he seems like, he's not afraid of fans. Like he'll talk to fans and sign shit for them.
So this guy looks like him, kind of.
Like the way he's just like,
yes, where his neck is just part of his body.
Yeah, I feel like low poly Jack Nicholson is like, if it doesn't exist already, it exists in your mind now.
Yeah, no, you can see it perfectly. Do you want to play this game a little bit?
Yeah.
Low poly Jack Nicholson. I do need to see that. Or just like sunglasses. Stoop
Okay.
back.
Try and name my character.
Name? That's Navi. Not the Navi. That's Navi.
What would be funny for it to call me over and over?
Listen. That's your name.
Listen.
Call yourself Zelda,
Okay.
which is what your parents would call this character.
If you name yourself Zelda in the first game, it makes it harder.
Right. That's right. Hard mode.
So you didn't play this one, right?
No. To me, this looked like a little old asset swap.
Yeah.
It just like, I was like, didn't they already make this game?
Yeah. They did. They made Ocarina of Time, and then they made this game, which uses a lot of the same assets.
Yeah.
Like the same characters, tiles, you name it.
Mm-hmm. And yet, I was missing a crucial piece there because in my mind at the time, much like movie sequels, video game sequels were an inferior version of the original. I could not shake the thought that if you make another, it's going to suck. It's gonna leech off of the goodwill of the first one. But video games are not like that. A sequel always has the chance to be better than the original, to build on the brilliance of the original, and work toward a more perfect game. Of course, it's got to have enough new to excite you, but from a technical and mechanical standpoint, sequels good, right? Sequels are a net good in video games.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like Aladdin 2 Return of Jafar.
Did we want to talk about Return of Jafar?
Well, if you have anything else to say about it.
I mean, no, there really isn't anything to say about Return of Jafar.
Just that it was bad.
Yeah, it was just from, I don't know, it was just like, there was this era of like these direct-to-video sequels where they were like, it's just as good as if we released it in theaters. It's high quality, a fully animated movie with all new songs. But like, as a kid, you can like 100% recognize the inferior quality of it. You know that ain't Genie.
Yeah, we weren't stupid. We could tell that the animation sucked.
Mm-hmm. And the problem with it is like, if the animation just sucked the way it did like on the TV show, for instance, everyone would just accept that. But instead, you have this animation that is like, it's bad, but it's also a lot of animation.
Yeah.
Like there's way more keyframes than bad animation should have. It's just, it's like they because they had more money, they added more drawings to a bad drawing. And just animated bad drawings turning into other bad drawings more smoothly than they would have.
That's like a late Disney thing. I would say that like an extremely goofy movie also had that look.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of different drawings of the same thing with like, it's just like too much movement.
It moves a lot, yeah. It moves a lot. In fact, sometimes it moves too much. There's too many gestures for what the action actually calls for. Yeah, people are delusional if they think that movie's good. It's a lot of animation. It tricked you. You got tricked.
Oh, but anyway, video games are not like that.
No.
Not necessarily. Final Fantasy, from like Final Fantasy 4 to Final Fantasy 12, they were all great, right?
Yeah. I mean, I never played 12, but I've heard it's good.
Well, maybe I would probably cap it at 9.
Yeah.
Although flick off 8.
You and I disagree about the greatness of 10, I suppose.
I never got into it, no.
What if you just like shit? Well, then you love what we're saying. You're like, yeah, more goofy movie, more extremely goofy movie. Just toss it right into my mouth. I love shit. Oink, oink. Love it. Yummy. Tasty, delicious shit for me.
Like, yeah, I also had that feeling when I played this game, but like, it's worth it. It's totally worth it to have this game.
Well, you played a little of this for me at some point, and the fact that Link begins this game as the little critter instead of as a elf. Is Link an elf?
He's a Hylian.
They have elf ears, but they're essentially human.
Yeah.
The fact that he begins the game as one of those little Octoroks is so fun, so precious.
Yeah.
And you're him for a long time.
Yeah, you have to live as him. This guy curses you.
Yeah. So immediately, the game takes on a new perspective.
Yeah, that's true. You are forced to live the life of a Deku.
Oh, the fairies don't like you.
No, the fairy is mean.
Link becomes Uggo. Yeah, he's not hot in this game. At least not yet. Oh, man.
So sad now.
They don't like you at all. Mutant Astronaut says, I remember vividly that Return of Jafar was a recurring prize on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh my god.
Like, the prize for PTSD. Like, do you remember how scared the kids on that show got?
Prize for PTSD.
You got a clamshell of Return of Jafar. I have a photo. I should post this on the Thingus Discord. I have a photo of it from a thrift store in Wolfville, Nova Scotia, of a pile of the Return of Jafars so high that they cut off at the end of the photo. That's so funny. Legends of the Hidden Temple was a game show from the 90s where kids went through this like kind of diorama of like an ancient Aztec tomb, and there were traps, and you had to wade through gunk and stuff, but the real design flaw in this game that they apparently needed to commit to long term was that there were human guards inside the temple, and they made kids really scared on the regular. Like these kids screamed and occasionally were brought to tears by the fright of an adult in a costume popping out at them.
It was scary when that happened.
Really scary. The Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Yes, from Aladdin. Yeah, I can see there's quite a bit of crossover. Right, the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, and you go in and like you have to assemble the monkey, and so that it it sinks into the platform, and when it emerges, it's a VHS clamshell of the Return of Jafar. And you have to take Return of Jafar across the soggy swamp. You have to like swing on ropes using all of, like greater upper body strength than you have ever possessed in your life, holding the Return of Jafar VHS between your knees. 200 feet pit that you have to cross. Certain doom below. And even if you make it across that, if you don't actually get to the end and ring the bell, what do you have to do? Ring the bell? You don't actually get to keep the VHS. You get a Huffy bike. Does this ring a bell?
Yeah, I remember that show. There's a giant talking face. The whole thing was terrifying. You set up the monkey, and then a shirtless adult comes out and spooks you. like a man painted brown is like, wah!
Oh yeah, right. That was another prize, is that you could go to space camp. Space camp. Did any of those people ever go to space? Has anyone who ever went to space camp actually gone to space? The biggest scam on Earth.
Well, was that the point? I feel like space camp sounds more fun than actually going to space.
Well, for sure. You get to have friends. In space, you can't trust anybody.
There's no friends in space.
No. No. I've seen a lot of movies where people are in space together for a long time. It does not go well. You almost always get some sort of madness. And there's always some sexual deviant who's fucking things up for everyone else. I might just be thinking of that James Pattinson movie with the woman who has a sex room that she goes to have sex with herself. What movie am I thinking of? What is it called? Let's see if I can describe this movie to you. It's called some pretentious, like, not Speed. It's not called Speed. Supernova, is that what it's called? James Pattinson is, he's like a prisoner. He's like a criminal, a petty criminal who gets recruited to be on this ship for some reason. And everyone on the ship is from it has some sort of redemption or non-redemption going on. They're all betraying each other on a spaceship to hell. And they're being controlled by a woman who is so horny. Like, there's never been a woman so horny before. And she has a special room on the spaceship where she rides like a Sibian, like one of those devices that like jumps around like a ball, except you're sitting on like a cock on top of it, right? That's what a Sibian is. She has one of those, and she's in charge of the entire operation. And I think the room is whatever you want it to be. It's like a sex room that can be anything. You just go in there and you have great sex with yourself. And she keeps all the other people from getting into the sex room. And that's like the main crime. She also murders some of them, but the main crime is that she withholds the sex room from all of them. Anyway, James Pattinson eventually impregnates her. I don't remember how. Probably because she was using him for sex. And, do you plan on seeing this movie? I'm gonna stop talking about it. But anyway, sounds great, right?
It was one of those movies that Meredith describes to you.
And that's pretty much as good as watching it, right?
I guess.
Well, you'll never know unless you watch it.
I'm good.
Okay, well, I'll leave things open-ended for the people in the chat. But I'm pretty sure I've described it to a T.
No, I didn't mean to say yes.
No! What else can we talk about? I'm gonna move the mic so that I can sit back a little bit. Oh my god, that's great. I should have been doing this the whole time. Just sitting dick out on this show.
So I was watching Zeal play Final Fantasy IX.
Okay.
And like there's these monsters called Fags that look very similar to a Pokemon called Luxray.
Okay.
And right now there is a thing very similar to that in Pal World.
Right. But everyone's accusing Pal World. Everyone's coming for Pal World.
When Nintendo doesn't even know what they stole.
No. They can't keep track. Everyone's mad about Pal World, though. Aren't we so mad about it, folks? Pal World, biggest game ever. Biggest game ever, they're jealous. They don't like Pal World. They like Pokemon and they don't like Pal World. I have not. I've not played Pal World, but it's been replaced. There's another game out this week that's even bigger than Pal World.
Like a similar game?
No. I forget what it's called though. But trust me, it's big. It's a 2. It's a 2 game.
A 2 game.
Yeah. Helldivers 2, thank you. Yes. Also a massive hit, Unexpected. Happening more and more. Big unexpected hits. And today there was a right on schedule with the second anniversary of Perfect Tide's release. Elden Ring once again coming to steal my thunder. They released a DLC. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over having to compete with Elden Ring. I'll never get over spending 4.5 years making a video game and being so stupid that I didn't know that Elden Ring was a video game or that it was about to come out at the same time as the game I was releasing.
So any news about your game would not have been seen at all.
Well, I mean, the thing is that Steam is big enough for everybody. Steam, nobody can play everything on Steam. Yeah, there's always more people on Steam that are not interested in Elden Ring at all and might play your game.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get anybody to write a fucking review of your game or write an article about it. And you're not going to get anybody to tweet about it, which I guess I really cared about back then. I've now learned that... now I've learned that tweeting doesn't do anything. Let's talk about this. So let's talk about the fact that you can no longer make a living from social media. How do we feel, folks?
Good.
I've noticed that it is no longer possible to make a living by talking about your stuff on social media and linking people to your store. Not a thing anymore. You have to have a like take my old world webcomics. You post it up for free. The free part is very suspect in the early 2000s because why would you give away a comic for free? Well, you see, you give away the comic for free to build up a loyal audience that will then, a small percentage of which will then buy all of your books and support you. You really only need like 1,000 of them. You don't even need that many. For years, the syndicates have been lying to us, telling us that we need millions of people to read our comics. It's not true. They were using us to sell newspapers, and now, you can't use anything to sell newspapers anymore. So we realized just how few people were actually actively interested in reading our comics as opposed to passively. And surely there was a lot of cultural capital for comics in those days when characters as ubiquitous as Garfield and Snoopy were constantly part of the conversation. But if first of all, it's very unlikely that you're going to be accepted by a syndicate in the early 2000s, let alone get into enough newspapers to make a living. So webcomic artists generally decided that they didn't really need any of that because all they needed was like 1,000 people to like what they do and be very engaged with what they do. That would be enough to sustain them for a long time. So fast forward to now, and from what I can tell, and I'm not in webcomics anymore, but my perception of it is that you have to be on Webtoon in order to garner any sort of major following because nobody goes to websites anymore. So you either have to be on Webtoon or Instagram, depending on the format of your comic. If you're on Webtoon, you are obviously competing with the algorithm that pushes already popular comics to the top of people's feeds. I mean, you know, the sheer number of webcomics makes it very hard for anything short of completely professional and captivating out of the gate to get any traction. So once again, we are behind the wall of the syndicate, right? Once again, less than a handful of comics per year will rise to prominence and be able to make the creator a living. I'm not even talking about rich. I'm talking a living. You need to have basically the audience that a newspaper comic had in order to make a living, because there is one platform that is willing to pay you, and it's not much. So you got to do better numbers than you would if you were engaging directly with your audience, which is what for a few golden years webcomic artists were able to do. I think we've talked about this in, you know, a variety of ways before, but how the fuck do we get out of this? How the fuck do we go back to, well, we can't go back, right? Can't go back. How do we engage with art in a way that is not this? Because this sucks. This sucks.
Well, you can't let the system change the way you make art. Like, a webcomic on Twitter is like those stupid, like, relatable things
Yes.
with no characters in them at all.
Yeah, just like a generic character that appears all the time, and all that is like, yeah, it's like relatable content and current events, and just like boring bottom of the barrel takes.
Anxiety.
Yes, explainers. I think explainers have finally lost their luster. Would you say?
Explainers.
You know,
mean,
comics.
like,
Yeah, that comics that like explain non-binary to you, like stuff that if you've spent 10 minutes on Twitter, you already basically have a bachelor's degree in it. And like the comics are just like explaining what an INFP is to you or something, you know. Those were hot for a while. I feel like they've kind of faded away now. Or maybe I've just blocked up my feed so that I don't see them anymore. But yeah, you are like, if you're on Twitter, you have like 2 or 3 different genres of comic to choose from, right? If you're on Webtoon, format-wise, you are encouraged to do these scrolling comics that, I'm sorry to say, look like shit. If you just look at them, like standalone, they don't look like anything. There's no layout there. They just scroll. And there's no, you know, there's no harmony between the panels. They're all just spaced out for the experience of scrolling on your phone while reading them. So people are formatting their comics in a way that, like, in my opinion, does not take advantage of the craft of comics at all. Like, I realize that there is value in the infinite scroll. I used it once in a while. But it's for the same fucking things, you know? For vertical motion and the passage of time. And you don't have to use that with every page you make. In fact, most of the time, there's no point to any of that, except that that's the format that the website takes. So people are modeling their comics around this website, and in the process, losing the essential craft of laying comics out in a way that is actually readable anywhere off of that fucking website.
Yeah, I mean, that fucking website. Oh my god.
Whoa!
I didn't expect this.
I love hackers. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cool. Back then, I gave up on this crack for several reasons. Real life got in the way, but also because it was going to require I get all the CIC strings, and I had no idea how many that would be. Eventually, Akimer and Tool played through the game to get them so that it could work, in the N64 emulator Project 64. But by then, I was done with N64 stuff. All right, get to the fucking point. Well, real life is still happening. However, I took a break. Oh my God.
All right.
Thanks for making the game. All right. Just get out of your own way. That's all I'm saying.
So that game just locked up. So I couldn't play anymore because I would have had to start over. I never saved it.
Oh, it locked up.
Yeah, when I talked to that fucker, I just got too close to his thing and he was like, dude, steal my spot. And then I couldn't press A.
No.
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh no.
Well, this is another game. Okay, so the reason we were playing that game was because we couldn't before, because we didn't have the little red thing
The
that you
power
put into.
pack.
Yeah, the little RAM pack. It's like 4 additional megabytes of RAM that gives all of these like lighting effects.
Ah, I love it. Banjo and Kazooie are a different age now. We can explore another period in their lives. Oh my God. Mike burned me so bad the other night. He was like, as soon as you release this game, you're gonna be like, 23. Now that's an age I need to write about. 23.
Yeah, there's a law called Mare's Law. Every 2 years, her game doubles in size.
Oh my God, the odyssey that is 23. There's so much to say. Nobody likes you when you're 23. That is true. That is true. That's how I'll start. That'll be the subtitle of the game. What's my age again? Oh my God, it might. It might be. I don't think I'll have anything to say about 23 because I already did. I'm tired of writing about people in their 20s. For now. Until I start to think about it. The number 23 is a cursed number, you're right. There's a lot of things about it. There's something about 23. I'm like writing the game right now. There's something about 23. No, I'm not going to write about 23. I just, like, I feel like there's not enough specificity to it. Like, when you say, I was a 20-something, unless you're talking about really young 20, it's all the same to me. Although, late 20s are interesting. I don't think I've correctly written about late 20s. Maybe a little bit, but I never wrote about the crisis that people have in their late 20s. Do you remember the crisis that you had in your late 20s?
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like there is a point in your late 20s, maybe it happens differently for different people. There's a point around 28 where you start to be like, wait, this isn't going back to the way it was. Nothing's going back anymore. It keeps going. Doesn't get any better. It only gets worse. No! And then you, then you gotta get through that. You gotta get through that. Did you feel that way at 28?
I don't remember.
No! You don't remember the crisis?
What year was that?
For you?
Yeah.
Don't ask me to do the math on your age.
28. So 7 years ago.
Yeah, so 2017?
Okay.
2017. Think back. Was there a crisis?
Sure.
I thought so. I had a crisis when I was 28.
Yeah.
I went on anxiety medication. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was stupid. It was stupid. I was able to deal with my anxiety. I was able to manage my anxiety. But at the time, I was like, what if I tried drugs? Maybe I can work harder if I try drugs. And I went on... here I go again against this drug. What is it called? Bupropion, which is the generic version of Wellbutrin. Don't listen to anyone who tells you Wellbutrin works. Wellbutrin is what they always try to give you. And if you don't have any money, they give you bupropion, which is the generic version of Wellbutrin. So I went on that shit, and I didn't really notice anything. So I upped my dosage. I upped my dosage as I was going on a trip with Mike, and changing my surroundings, and also starting to get really, really fucking stressed out about my life because I was 28. And what nobody told me when they, when these criminals prescribed bupropion to me was that it causes a ringing in your ear that is perhaps permanent. And as I increased my dosage, the ringing started to be so loud that I couldn't sleep. And I didn't know that that was being caused by the drug. So I was having a crisis while the ringing in my ear was getting louder. It's not an antidepressant. Well, maybe it is. It's used as an antidepressant. It is a drug created to help people quit smoking. And they give it to people with anxiety and ADD. So I will never forget the night when I was up having my crisis, unable to sleep because there was a ringing in my ear so loud that I couldn't stop hearing it. And the next day I went to urgent care because I was out of state, and that doctor knew about this side effect, miraculously, and told me about it, and I immediately eased my ass right off of it. I think I just stopped, honestly. Something that didn't stop was the ringing in my ears, which continued for probably about 4 years before it went away. It diminished, but yeah, I got permanent tinnitus. It diminished eventually.
Wow.
But there was a time where, when I laid my head down to sleep and I wasn't hearing anything else, I was just hearing that fucking ringing from that medication. So it really dovetailed nicely with the sense that my body was now getting worse and not better anymore. And that when I talked to a doctor about it, they would not really give me solutions anymore. They would just say, yeah, that happens. And that I had to be okay with that from now on. It's fine. I don't have it anymore. I'm fine. I just have this story now. And, eventually the crisis does settle down. It settles down for everyone. You start to realize that it is now time to be grateful for your health and not take it for granted anymore. And then every day feels like a gift. Wait, who's this? Is it Gruntilda as Bones?
Yeah, in the first game, she falls off the castle and gets trapped under a rock. So her sisters just appeared to free her, and she's Bones.
I love the character animation in this game.
I love how these games looked with like the little memory pack.
So you couldn't. This is better than it would be without the memory pack.
Yeah, like there's so many more like shadows and lighting effects in this.
Wasn't there some ancient promise that you were going to be able to transfer over the data from the first Banjo-Kazooie to this game?
Yeah, that promise was not fulfilled.
No. How could it be?
Well, they thought that there'd be time to switch the games, but there isn't.
Like if you take the game out of the system?
They thought that the memory could last for like 30 seconds, but it could only last for like 3 seconds.
Not enough time. Not enough time for a kid to take the cartridge out and put in a new one.
And have his file deleted.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh no, Bottles.
Yeah, he's toast.
He dead. Well, now he's a ghost.
Yeah.
Sucks. Sucks, but it's true. Nothing. You can't go back. You can't go back. Rocky says, making a good point, is it me or do most of these characters sound like Joe? I do feel that a lot of your voices originate around this time.
Yeah.
I think like this is not like this is not the origin point of your voices, but you took a nice lengthy detour through these voices, through this world.
Oh my god, I loved the witch voice so much. I did a witch voice just like Gruntilda that was like,
You will suffer until the end of time.
We laughed about that witch for a very, very long time.
Yeah, and I was just doing that voice right before the stream and making you laugh again
Oh my
because
God.
like I'm using Meredith's computer, so I'm like,
I'm in Meredith's account. The login credentials.
Just logging in with your
Because
wicked fingers.
the thing I'm using for the camera only works if I'm logged in as Meredith.
As me, yeah. So you're hacking in with me, as me. You know, I was realizing just now. So like Gruntilda to Joe doing his witch character, you will suffer until the end of time. Then I went off to college, and I worked in the library at my school for the entire time I was at school, and I drew all of the like signs in the library, and one of them was a wicked witch saying like I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but it was the wicked witch that you would do the voice of. I did like a drawing of what she would look like, and she was like saying you know, quiet or else, you know, like threatening you if you didn't follow the rules of the library.
Yeah.
And then Soren, who draws the backgrounds in my game, when they were recreating that library, they drew a poster trying to remember what those signs that I drew said, because those signs were there for like 10 years after I left. And there is a poster in the game with a witch that says, "Save your work or suffer the consequences." It's like a game of telephone that we've been playing for like 25 years.
That's great that like you didn't even remember, but they did.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about it, but the knowledge got passed on once again. And when I asked Soren to recreate this space that I only remember fragments of, Soren then cobbled together their memories of it to combine them with mine. Some of which were, you know, memories about something that I did that I don't remember. It's always good to have another opinion about what happened in the past. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we usually remember different things.
Yes, we remember different things that are sort of like both pieces of a bigger puzzle.
Yeah.
When reconstructing the past, it is important to bring a partner. You can't remember everything on your own. I mean, if you do, I mean, it's like, I've heard it described before that, you know, like being an artist and like curating your own aesthetic, it's kind of a fascist pursuit. Like internally though, it's like no, you don't get to decide. No, this isn't a collaboration. This is my idea, and I'm going to will this into the thing that I want it to be. It's not a democratic process. Art made by a democracy is never good, right?
Well, I don't know, because like it did take more than one person to remember this this witch thing.
It's true. Well, yeah. I mean, I have the creative vision, but I gave agency to an artist to make the library look however they want, and within that, creativity was managed to flourish. But in general, I feel like I'm sort of insisting upon my own memories, which are very flawed and full of holes. But I think that's why I can say confidently that they're not true, because there's no way I would remember all this stuff and be able to retell it accurately. Fun Thingus scavenger hunt. Yes, finding the Sacred Wicked Witch library sign. If anyone has it, I don't think they still have it at the library. I haven't been back in a few years. But I used to go back because I taught at the school for until the pandemic. I taught at the school. So it was not there anymore, I don't think. But gosh, I wonder if it exists somewhere.
Somebody stole it on their last day.
Yeah, exactly. It might be out there somewhere. Can anyone find the Wicked Witch sign to bridge the gap of this memory?
Yeah, how many Twitch viewers do we need for that?
For that to happen? Yeah, we would just need one really, really specific one. Cute bird coming out of an egg. Oh, it's already 10:30. I suppose we should be talking about heroes and villains.
I wanted to talk about bagels.
Oh, please.
How bagels are like, we got bagels.
Oh yeah.
And they were great. Some of our favorite bagels.
When we went to Long Island, and it's like you say, Joe, Long Island is nothing but carbs. It's like, it's nothing but bagels. It's where you go to get great pizza or great bagels. And Yeah, we went to our favorite old spot, and it is what you described as untouched by time.
Yes.
Nothing has changed.
No. And I think the big thing that reminds you of that is the fact that there used to be a Blockbuster right next to it,
Yes.
which has been gone for so long at this point.
It's been like 3 other businesses ever since then.
Yeah.
So it reminds you. So that building reminds you of the unstoppable changes that are happening to the place we grew up. Whereas the bagel place, completely unchanged. How is it even possible? You go in and it's exactly the same. Because everybody wants it to be exactly the same. Like, it takes a lot of effort for something to not change. It takes a lot of people insisting stubbornly that nothing about it change. God, those bagels are good.
If it changed, it would become bad. Like, how could it be any better?
I mean, they could redo the interior in there, but
Yeah.
to what end? Who needs that place to look different?
No, they have like tacky little walking around dude bagel guys.
Yeah.
It's like the M&Ms. It doesn't matter what the advertising is. The product is the thing.
The product is terrific. And the signage, all the people who've been going for years would be sad if the signage changed.
Yeah, they're like hand painted. I mean, like that place it just like has like these twisty bagels with like no hole basically.
Yeah, they're so fat that there's no hole. There's just a puckering where the hole should be.
It's just like a square of bagel.
And it's so sweet and so perfect
Yeah.
to bite into. I've got some in
my
the freezer,
God.
by the way. I've got some
Oh
preserved
my
for
God.
later.
Nice.
They are so good. They're so good, and they have not changed at all. And that's like, I mean, look, this is not the majority of things, but you go home to the place where you grew up, and you despair over the change around you, because most of it is not for the better. They did raise the railroad track that people used to die on all the time by our house. That's a positive change, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, change means that things that you loved are not there anymore. We swung
Yeah.
by our old house, and it has been sold and completely gut renovated. And it actually, they just flipped it and they haven't sold it back. So we were able to poke around and look through the windows and stuff, and just marvel at the things that are changed. And they removed a room, and we actually stood in the footprint of that room, and it was like we were in there again.
Yeah, like just a space that existed once.
Yes. So that's the sort of feeling that going home usually gives me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like covered in coffee because I was like holding the 4 coffees in one thing and getting them all over me.
While we drove to our old house where we grew up.
But the bagels are so worth that. Like, oh my God, I'd do it again.
They haven't changed. They have not changed. They're exactly the same, untouched by time.
And they're perfect. Like,
perfect.
Can you name a better bagel? Can you give them a 10 out of 10?
Yeah, no, I don't have any more favorite bagel place than that. I love Bergen Street bagels, but you gotta wait on a line that snakes out the fucking door around the block for those. And they're not better than... Look, I'm not gonna blow up the spot. If you want to know, join the Discord. I'll let you know what they're called. But this place, you show up, and you are guaranteed to have 15 incredible bagels within 5 minutes. Prices don't seem like they've changed very much either. I see people joining the server right now.
Yeah. We've hyped up the bagels too much. You have to join the server to find out what the bagels are.
Oh my God. I mean, the thing is, this place has an excellent reputation already. We're not gonna make or break this place.
No, there's always a line there, but like, you know, it's not like unbearable. They're pretty quick.
And like, you go there and you're like, am I gonna run into someone I went to school with in here? It's kind of a perfect experience of going home. I think the day that place ceases to be is the day I visit a whole lot less.
Yeah.
You know that feeling when you go to an event like a wedding or, you know, an event where you had to travel and you stay overnight and in the morning you have breakfast and maybe it's a fond season of the year, like it's fall or something. Like the kind of year the time of year you're gonna remember what you were doing. It's that place. It's like having breakfast the day after you had fun with your friends in the fall. That's what that place is. That's the feeling it gives you. At least for me. That sort of sad sentimentality that, you know, Sunday sentimentality.
Yeah.
Where you wake up and the fun's over, but you're gonna have such a nice morning before you go home to your life.
Oh my God, it's so great to have those bagels, even if you have to run.
Even if you have to run?
Yeah, like we did. Like we had to travel right after eating them.
Oh yeah, it's true. We had to go home. We had to drive home. We can't be sitting around Long Island all day. It takes hours to get out of that place.
Yeah.
Gotta cross a fucking bridge twice. Annoying. That was the worst part of living in New York, is never being able to escape as easily as I would have liked. Cute game, man. I wonder how long it would take to heat up one of those bagels after the show.
Oh my God.
So, all right, if the proprietors of this bagel place are our heroes, or our Thingus heroes,
Yeah.
for keeping something untouched by time, who are our villains?
Villains.
Who tries to steal that feeling away from you? It's not necessarily, you know, the fact that things change. Like, things have to change, right? Oh, the Einstein brothers? Well, yeah. But they were never, they're not villains to us, though, I don't think. At least not to me.
Yeah, they're villains to me, because when you live in Pittsburgh, you don't have a lot of options. Right, this is what I wanted to talk about, the ranking. Hand-rolled bagels, sorry, I dropped the name. Hand-rolled bagels at the top,
Yes.
and then you come down from there, and it's like the supermarket bagels, because like everything is just like below that. You go to like Brugger's bagels, they're like a step above Einstein bagels, which is the same as Manhattan bagels.
Yeah, they're the same. They're all the same company, right? Thomas's Bagels.
Oh my God.
They're just bread shaped into a bagel.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's at the bottom.
Right. So they're the villains because, well, here's the thing. You can't make those bagels everywhere. It's not actually possible. You were a little too far Midwest, and they just don't have stuff like that the farther out you go.
Yeah.
You need, I've heard for years that the water has something to do with it. You need the generations of apprenticeship of excellent bagel makers or pizza makers. Same deal with pizza, right? You need to pass this one down within the family to maintain that level of quality. This would have to be somebody apprenticing their entire fucking life to make these. Yeah. And then you have to have the clientele that appreciates it. And you know, I mean, every region has their foods that are this, right? But the farther you get from New York, the worse the bagels.
Yeah.
And the more dominant those bad bagels are.
Oh, it's terrible when you have to go to a bad bagel place.
You don't have to.
Yeah. You don't need bagels.
You just missed them. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. When I was out in Portland, I tried to eat pizza quite a few times. Shaking my damn head.
Oh, how horrible. They don't get pizza out there in the West.
No.
The West Coast doesn't get like how do they live without that with that pizza?
I mean, it's not the focal point. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they eat a lot of good hamburgers and tacos and sushi out there.
Okay.
They and sourdough. That's their bread.
Yum.
Right? Good West Coast sourdough.
Okay. I guess we probably eat terrible sourdough to them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sourdough in San Francisco is better than we can possibly imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I understand a little better.
Yeah, it's not that New York is the greatest place on earth. It's
The focus goes somewhere else.
yeah, exactly. New York is a scam. That's why we don't live there anymore. Tired of getting scammed. Tired of driving down the street and then having a picture of my car mailed to me 2 weeks later with a $200 bill. Only in New York, baby.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun not allowed.
Fun not permitted. That said, I am going to New York this weekend for fun. I hope
There better
it's
be
allowed.
fun there.
There better be fun. I'm wondering what we're gonna do. We haven't really planned it out too much yet. Gotta think about what might be fun this time of year. The tech, I'm guessing the tech world is having a weird local nostalgia food that other places don't want to copy, like Cincinnati chili. That's great. That's really funny. Weird local nostalgias, yeah. You know who I felt like was really, like in Portland, I felt like they really had an identity crisis there. The restaurant culture was out of control when I was there. A lot of high concept and you know, adapting from the comfort food of another region. I guess Pig is a little bit about this. There's a movie called Pig. Have you ever seen it? Nicolas Cage. It's kind of a small time movie. For Nicolas Cage, it's like a smaller movie. It's like a little bit of a detective story, and he's moving through the world of Portland's restaurant scene's former glory, like the shit that's just over. He's
Yeah.
like moving through that world trying to find his pig, his like lost pig.
Okay.
It's great, but one of the fun parts about it, like the atmosphere it sets is that of a city that cared way too fucking much about restaurants, and now it's like, now it has to, like, I don't know, just be a fucking city again, where, like, I don't know, real people go about their real lives. Pig, fun. I like that movie. All right. So Bruegger's and Einstein, all those bad bagel places, they get a bit of our ire.
Manhattan Bagel. Thingus villain.
because there's one near you, and
It's terrible. Like, yeah, like I've been there twice and it was worse the second time.
I've
The coffee
heard
is so
this
bad.
before. I've heard this before. Remember, like, in 1998 or so, all those Star Wars fans that were like, the third time I watched this movie, it really started to be shitty for me. I really realized how shitty it was the third time I paid to see it.
Okay, but like, you don't need Star Wars to live. I was hungry and didn't have any groceries and I wanted a bagel.
Yeah, you just wanted it to be good. Well, I get that. I do. You need to fill your freezer with hand-rolled bagels like I do.
That's true. That's a great idea.
An emergency bagel.
Yeah, like, can they like bring that shit out here? Like, we need that desperately. hand-rolled bagels.
We've got good bagels here, but they're Philly style.
Okay.
We have Philly style bagels, which is literally that's what they're called, and Bart's is good.
Yeah.
But they're both. Oh my God! Everyone loves when streamers talk about food, right? Bart's are they're both kind of thin, a little more like Montreal style, like not a big fat bagel.
Yeah.
So they're doing a different thing, but it's pretty good. Oh man, that cow is so great. I think the jury is out for me on Tony Hale. But
what do you mean?
I think he might be moving towards villain status for me.
Oh.
I feel betrayed.
Wow.
We'll see. Maybe I should go easy on Tony. I just, I get real crabby about funny people deciding that they're really superficial. Being kissed up to so much. Somebody told them they were hot. Like remember when Seth MacFarlane thought he was going to be a movie star for like 2 years? And the world was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Showed him the door. But for a little while there, he was getting his face worked on, and he was trying to be in movies. And it's like, I'm still funny in that Chris Pratt kind of way. Right? That's not funny. It's just a guy who used to be funny who like hotted himself up a little bit. Well, look,
yeah.
I'm not saying Seth MacFarlane was my comedy hero or anything, but you must admit that a schlub is funnier than a preening dickhead.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess Stavi is funny. He's a schlub.
That's true. That's true. Stavi is leaning into the schlub thing harder than any millennial comedian has, I would say. A lot of them are pretty worried right now about how they're looking.
Yeah.
Not Stavi. He just gets his clothing tailored. That's all you have to do. Get a good fit going. You'll be fine.
I don't know if it makes you funny. I think it's just like you're clearly comfortable with what you are. You don't have to hot yourself up.
No.
I mean, we knew Tony Hale as a character actor who made himself look pathetic, and it was funny and leaned into that.
Yes.
And now it's like, that's not what he's doing here, so why is he even here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he started he turned into Donald Trump or something.
I mean, it's right. It's not a far cry, right? Once you start manipulating your, well, I mean, the thing is is Trump using the hair that he has, or is that hair not real?
I think it's like a really long piece of hair that he brushes a few times.
See, that's more real than
Tony Hale.
Tony Hale. Tony Hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really long comb over. Look, I'm not saying it looks good, but it looks like the real insecurities of a real old person. And it's okay to wear that. You don't have to feel great about aging, but I just I just watch these comedic actors getting older and their skin tightening up and getting tanner and their hair mysteriously sprouting from parts of their head where there was no hair just a few years ago or many years ago. And I'm not laughing. Not laughing. Go. Anything else we should discuss before we wind down for the night?
Oh yeah, I just had one more thought about bagels.
Okay.
Like, I think green bagels are a Thingus villain.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Adding dye to a bagel makes it taste bad, first of all. Right?
That is a hate crime.
Right? It makes it taste bad.
I don't think it does. I think that's just in your imagination.
You imagine it tastes bad? I think it messes with the chemical composition of the thing.
It might, and that's enough for me.
Yeah. Right. The fact that it might.
It looks like it does, and it sort of tastes like it does, but I can't say for sure. Who cares? Just keep it out of there.
Yeah.
There was some, like, you know, there were green ones, and there was like also like rainbow ones. Like,
yeah. They're so deeply that color, right? Like they're dark pink and yellow and green.
and it's not vegetables or anything making that look green.
No, it's something.
It's
something
Homer
that doesn't exist
Simpson
in-
radioactive green.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that to bagels in particular.
I don't know,
that's-
but it's coming up soon.
It's coming up. Oh, right, St. Patrick's Day.
You know what else is coming up soon? Another horrible villain. The new Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, right. When's that come out?
Like a week from now, I think.
Oh my God. Can we play a demo on the stream? Is there a demo?
We don't have a PS5.
Oh, right. You could play it on PC, right?
No.
No? I don't have a
No.
PC that would run that.
They want you to buy the PS5.
No!
No is right.
It's me or the PS5. Tell me which of us is more your type. Seems like you can't decide. So if it's not me, I'm probably gonna run it over.
That would be doing him a favor.
Yeah.
There's no games on the PS5, just like the PS3.
Yeah, no games. I have a PS3 and I have no games for it.
There's no games. It's just PS1 and PS2 games.
Every time I go to like an old video game store, I go to the PS3 section and my eyes just glaze over and I don't get anything. The PS3 store. Every time I'm in like a retro game store, it just never happens for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's time, I wanted to talk about that, like retro game stores. Like, there's like, isn't there like kind of a hierarchy of retro games? Like, closer to the entrance is good and near the employees only is bad?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can tell where all the good games are. For one thing, if you're looking at the racks of like the open shelves of Nintendo and Super Nintendo games that are not behind glass, then you've never been in a retro game store before and you're just beginning your collection,
Yeah.
right? All the games of value are behind glass. All the great games, unless they were like extremely mass produced, like the Super Mario games, are behind glass because they're the good. They're the ones that last and people want. So generally the shelves can be ignored and the glass is where you're going to find everything you ever loved. Which is kind of sad. But that's the secondary market, baby. I got a couple good. I copped a couple good things at the retro game store. I got a Pajama Sam for Wii. I'm actually using it as a heatsink tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that.
It's his first day as the heatsink.
Yeah, it's his first day. He's doing great. Kevy says that she asked her husband to get her a bagel with lox, but didn't expressly ask for cream cheese, so he got dry bagel with salmon on it. That's pretty.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
I've never eaten salmon, so I've never known the experience of eating lox, but that does sound kind of bad. It sounds like that bagel might have also been toasted, though, which, if we're going to get into the story here, I want to know if that bagel was toasted.
Yeah, like, does that hurt to eat like a toasted dry bagel?
With salmon on it? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if the bagel was not toasted, the salmon on top was probably fine. So that's why I'm guessing this bagel is cut in half and toasted. You don't recall if it was toasted. I see. Yeah, salmon and cream cheese go together. Yeah, but a toasted bagel with a wet slippery thing on it is particularly egregious.
Mm.
But that was the first mistake, toasting the bagel. We don't do that.
But was there no cream cheese left?
Well, there was no cream cheese at all. It was just salmon. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
I'm asking, did he know to put cream cheese on and there just wasn't any, or
He got it. I'm going to assume he got it pre-made with the topping on it.
Oh,
And it was just a bagel with lox on it.
I see.
He also got himself a bagel with cream cheese. Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys made it through this. These are the low years that you hear about when when you're newlyweds and people are blessing you for, this journey you're about to go on. They tell you about the dry bagel with lox on it years.
Wow.
You ended up scraping off some of his, of course. That's how you made it through this. That's what must be done. That's called a marriage, baby. Beautiful story. That's right. That's what we all must do. Suffer through a bagel with just a small schmear on it. A minuscule schmear. Watching our partner also not be very happy with theirs. That's marriage. It's a beautiful thing. I'm coming up on 10 years. I think I want to have a big fucking blowout party. What should we do? Do you have any ideas?
You could have a tent.
A tent. Like a big tent in our backyard? That does sound exactly like our wedding. Our wedding was a tent in the backyard. I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to rent out a basement retail space, fill it with arcades, and call it Our Place 3. I want to recreate the arcade that was in our hometown that I still sometimes imagine we go home and just go there and it's still there, even though there's no evidence of it being there anymore. There's nothing online. There's nothing.
It's because you know that some things will stand up to time, like an old grandfather clock. It says time flies in Latin on it, but does it really affect it even close to as much as it affects everything else? Like Our Place 2 sounds like it's really gone.
Our Place 2 is really gone. But you're right, because some things do feel untouched by time. I have like this idea that it's still there.
Yeah.
That it and Sears with the video game section and KB Toys
Pizza Hut.
and the Incredible Universe.
The Incredible Universe.
If you just went there, they'd be there. And I can't shake it. Because every once in a while, you do find something left exactly the way you left it.
But it has to be something that's like really traditional, like bread.
Yeah. Well, I mean, video games are exactly the way we left them.
That's true, and we still enjoy them no matter how old they get. They made these games good on purpose. They meant to. Like I Love Lucy. Gabby was saying in the chat that I Love Lucy was the first like TV show that was made good on purpose. Because they thought using film to make TV shows was a waste of film. But they actually use film, and you know, look at Nintendo and how they think that their souls are in every game. And that's like what gives it their value.
And you dust that shit off and boot it up and it plays immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it's shipped. How beautiful is that? This is why we love video games. Because they promise something that can't easily be destroyed. That like, if you love it enough, you will find it intact, just as you remembered. Illness, isn't it? To even want this.
Nah, I mean, we have to love our fucking bagel carbs because it's the only thing worth loving still on Long Island.
Well, it's all in, you know, it's like the best way to live is in defiance of death and decay, wouldn't you say? Because there's nothing preventing you from spending every day working toward the end of death, right? Like moving toward death, decaying a little bit every day, getting closer and closer to not existing anymore. But everything that's great in this world, fun and desire and companionship and awe and wonder and earthly pleasures, all of these things we do in defiance of life, of death. We make magic in this world. Things that live for longer than we do in defiance of death. And we allow ourselves to be exuberant over the existence of those things. What is it now? Little Yoshi's Story?
I don't know about that one. We played it last time. It was frustrating.
It's 11. Do you want to do a little Tetris attack? Or do we want to call it?
Can we do something that's already set up?
Okay, what can we do on here?
Well, I'm just like going through everything. Some Tony Hawk.
Mario 64.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, where is it?
Life is art. And that's why we can't let the computers take it away from us, folks. Folks, we're keeping art. The machines want to take our art. Take our art, machines, because you don't understand it. You don't understand what it is to live. You're not flesh and blood like we. There's been a lot of I feel like we've started to fetishize human-made lately, which is a sure sign that the machines are winning. That we're like Mario. That we're like support art made by humans. And then there's like a screen cap of all this art that like, yeah, obviously was made by a human. I feel like we're being sold humans as like the indie bespoke version of art now. Don't give up so easily, motherfuckers. Don't give up so easily. This shit isn't even fucking close to replacing art. Are you kidding me?
No, it's at like 10%.
Nowhere near. And in my opinion, you probably disagree, it's never gonna crack it.
No, because anything you come up with as a human is gonna be more human than anything. It's like, it doesn't know what being human is like.
No.
What it knows is everything we put into it, which is a lot. It knows everything, like it knows everything in that, like, is like a library, but it doesn't really understand how to put most of these ideas together.
No.
It's impressive that it can put any ideas together, but right now it can put together things in a very formulaic way. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's kind of like how, I mean, it's like, to me, it's like the next evolution of like, you know, when tablets started to become a big thing and you would just see people like directing a movie with a tablet in a commercial and they're just moving things around with their fingers like beep, 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 beep. That's how you make a movie. And it's just like it's just the latest way of selling to like absolute rubes the idea that with just a click of a button you too can do it.
Yeah.
And there's always a version of that. Those people with the iPads didn't replace anybody, did they?
No, I mean, like, that's stupid as hell. It's impressive that the camera looks good, but like, that doesn't mean that we're using it for every movie or for everything. Like, there is this with AI specifically, there is this feeling like it needs to be utilized in every single like for everything, for every chance you get.
Right. Well, that's kind of what's being sold right now. Like every pocket of tech has to be like AI integrated right now. And it's just like now with AI, so that you too can make a movie on your phone by saying "good movie, HD good." And
6 Oscar-winning movie. 2003, extremely nostalgic personal movie. Like, you can say all these things and it'll be a style. Like, if you say bad movie, it'll know exactly what to do.
Right.
Bad movie, Raspberry nominated. Like, it
Right.
has these things understood in a way.
Yes. And that is probably going to lead to a form of expression in itself. You know, the what people can generate with it is going to be interesting in some capacity, but it's going to be of like totally separate interest from man-made art, because nobody wants to fucking watch things that a person didn't make.
Well, a person still made it, just using like a database of other drawings.
Right, but like, who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch clip art?
I mean, don't we already watch a bunch of recycled, regurgitated nonsense?
Yeah, I mean, it already feels like people are watching AI generated things to an extent.
Yeah.
But there's still a human aspect to most of it. Like maybe they made the intro in AI, but like they're still like scripting a show and filming it with real people and shit.
Well, you ask who would watch that, and maybe nobody, but it learns when people watch it or don't watch it. So
Right.
eventually people would start watching it, and it would take all that data from what they liked about it and make new shows.
Right. But that assumes
So
that
just by watching it, you're training it.
you're training it. Right. It's going to anticipate all the things I'm talking about that make it unappealing.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's some things that you replace, right?
I mean, there's some things that it can replace and nobody will really miss the old way.
Yeah.
You know, like like for years, people have been complaining about that generic graphic design style that everybody uses in their marketing. There's no reason that AI couldn't generate that, and it probably
Right.
does now, right?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of hacky graphic design jobs are going to be lost.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe people will start to, people will start to not like that. You know, I don't know. We'll have to go in a different direction with it because people's like aesthetic preferences change. Maybe the AI. Yeah, I mean, the AI is just going to gobble everything that people are interested in. But I don't know. There are layers of complexity to this beyond just like being a chameleon for an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Because we're living in the age of that. People dress from any time period, right? Any time period they have access to clothing or images from, that they're dressing that way, right? There's no unified aesthetic except to adopt the aesthetics of other ages, and people were doing that before AI. This is just like the Apple iPhone shortcut to that. You press a button and you get there. But it was already, you could already you could just type what should I wear into the computer and would eventually be helped toward your new look. And it would all kind of be part of the same idea that you're just repurposing aesthetics from different time periods that somebody came up with a while ago, because that is the aesthetic of the time, is to repurpose things and remove them from the context of the age.
Which you found out about because the internet, which is a humongous database, brought it to you finally after all these decades of obscurity. And AI is doing the same thing, but it's like turning those images into new images.
It's accelerating everything, right? Like we are now hyper nostalgic for 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So that says to me that something else is going to bubble under all of this, because obviously everyone thinks this sucks, right? Other than a few people who are fans of this and boosters of this, most people look at an AI thing and they think, oh, this sucks, right? It's just like I feel like I'm being tricked into looking at an ad or something, I'm looking at something that is trying to deceive me, because it's not an original image.
I mean, I think a lot of people can tell when something is AI.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who are, I don't know, making art. Maybe artists can't tell. I don't know. I've probably seen 50 AI things today and I cannot tell.
Yeah, you might not be able to tell a lot in the future.
Well, I just think that AI is a symptom of an already procedurally generated world of art.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to adapt beyond whatever the algorithm wants you to be.
Beyond this whole era, beyond where we've gotten thus far, which is to regurgitate the 20th century.
Yeah.
And, look into the future if that's even fucking possible. Somebody is going to do it. There is going to be something new that we are going to this era is going to end, and it's going to be replaced by something that is very hard to imagine right now. But it's going to happen because when people are like, fuck this sucks, they go do something else. And as long as they have a little fucking privacy to gestate those ideas, they're gonna come up with something that you've never seen before.
Yeah, I think my natural reaction to seeing the AI get better at drawing is for me to get better at drawing. Like, that's what I do. That's what I did. Like, I studied more and practiced more. And I think it's a good idea, even if you end up using the AI.
I mean, I think it behooves us all to think about what is actually like unique and human about us and incorporate that into our work. I feel like the artists most in danger during the AI age are the ones who sort of cobble together what it is they want to say or show through other people's work and don't actually have anything. They don't have the capability of creating anything that is unique to them. And a lot of those people are going to lose their jobs pretty soon. Which is, you know, from a job standpoint, unfortunate. From the standpoint of an artist who kind of sees art as, you know, a reason for living, I'm not super worried.
No.
I feel okay.
No, artists know what they're doing. Like, Miyazaki never had to change.
No, because he has such clarity of vision. He doesn't have to be anything for anybody else. Everyone's eating his lunch because he is so particularly good at harvesting ideas from the world around him, filtering them through his particular lens that at this point seems generic because people have imitated it so much, the way he draws.
Yeah.
And even the way he sets up a scene. But it is so uniquely him, and only he does it well. You'll never convince anybody that anything but a Miyazaki movie is a Miyazaki movie. Although maybe not. Maybe the history of all this shit is gonna get buried, and then, you know, it'll be like a museum that doesn't know whether a piece was painted by a particular artist. They'll think that, like, this AI shit is a real Miyazaki movie.
Yeah.
That could happen.
They could.
But, you know, the scholars in the know will differentiate. No, I have not seen The Boy and the Heron yet. I could not get out to the subbed version. Didn't want to see the dub. And now, been left in the lurch.
Well, aren't the Miyazaki dubs pretty good though?
Yeah, but I don't want to see that first. I want my first impression to be the original film.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. You know, I'll watch them with my son. But yeah, I do want to see it. I very, very much want to see it. But you know what? There's no rush. If it's good, I'm gonna have plenty of time to love that movie.
Yeah, that's true. It's not gonna get replaced by some newer model.
That's right. That's right.
Like, when I generate AI art, I have to like try again every 2 years because the model isn't good enough.
Right. Right. So it's really just like the quality of an iPhone screen gets a little better, and then you got to get the new one.
Yeah, kinda.
So it accelerates like tech itself, so that you're constantly trying to keep up with the latest thing. That's not the same as an expression of art. Like,
oh, but my vision stays the same.
your vision stays the same. Right. Right. Well, that's the important
It's still insufficient of giving me my vision, but I feel like I'm insufficient of giving me my vision without it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, a dachshund wearing sunglasses. great thing to generate with AI, in my opinion, because I
Right.
don't agree with putting sunglasses on a real dachshund.
Right. Not cool. Well, all right. I was thinking about this today. We should wrap it up soon. But
Yeah.
I was thinking today that what the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking? I was reading an article about how women who run video game companies get almost no funding compared to men.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that I'd actually thought, like, what would I do if someone offered me some fucking money, some real money, to make a video game? The kind of money that I can't crowdsource. What would I make? And I mean, maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. A lot of people who ask this question and get a chance just squander it, right? They mismanage their money and the studio closes and the game doesn't get made. Money can complicate all those things. But if you feel confident that you could spend money well, what would you do with it? And maybe AI allows you to think just a little bit in limited ways that you could make a project bigger than you are personally capable of doing.
Yeah, bigger than humans are capable of doing.
Maybe.
I mean, we've had that to some extent for years, but algorithmic is different from generated, which like uses a lot of knowledge to generate things.
Right.
It is like having an entire studio behind you at your fingertips.
I mean, in theory. They're
Theory,
definitely
yeah.
trying to sell that to people.
Wow, I mean, it's embarrassing. It looks like ass.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just
Right.
like they're not going to give that to you on your cell phone. That takes like a supercomputer to run.
Right. You're not gonna get it on your phone.
They're
but-
going to give you a Snapchat version of it.
Right.
And it looks bad.
Is there any proof of concept yet of like an AI generated video game that's like doing things that can't be done by humans?
Not that I know of, but I feel like I've seen things where, one of the things I've seen was like there was AI generated NPC dialogue, so you can talk to NPCs for a really long time, and like they understand what you're saying. Like you could use your voice to talk to them. So that's like a, immersive. Like they put them in Skyrim, and like they know what to say as NPCs in Skyrim.
Okay, so that's already happening. So it's being slowly the medicine is slowly being mixed in with the dog food.
Well, I can imagine some really amazing things you could do with just like the little versions of these, just like what you could do with NPCs that understood, like you could fight with them, right? Like they'd be like party members that you don't have to control. Like, we've had that before, but it was always like Donald Duck. It wasn't something that knows everything about the game that you're playing.
Don't they though? Like an NPC can know everything about the game.
But like, they're not given like a massive amount of like knowledge about the like world of the game they're living in that shapes their dialogue.
But that like shapes it like just like super custom.
Like, I'm all for games having writers. I feel like that would probably be better than generated dialogue. I'm just saying that's something that you could never do before, is have characters reacting to things that are happening on the spot.
Right. That like in theory there's more than just like ever since my brother died, and we just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because nobody wants NPCs anyway, right?
Well, yeah, like imagine having a conversation with an NPC that felt like a real conversation, where there's no like things to ask. Well, I guess like you could have things to ask, but like the conversation would take turns, like in a real conversation.
Well, yeah, but you could also just write branching dialogue, and I mean, I don't think it's very satisfying to have a conversation. Like if you want to do that, you could just do Chat GPT, right? Like if I want to have a conversation that leads me toward the thing that like the writer of the game is trying to lead me toward. So I want it to be written.
Yeah.
The realism of their like observations like in the moment is not interesting to me. I mean, I can see how that would be interesting in a certain type of game.
In a MMO, I think if you had an NPC like shopkeeper that just like meets a lot of players over time and knows all different stories, like.
But do you want to know the stories of all the other players?
I think it's mildly interesting.
There's something that could be done with it. I get what you're saying. There's a lot of potential there, and people have not necessarily harnessed it yet. But it could be used in a way that would be like something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of seems like the people who are most cheerleading AI right now are some of the least imaginative and have not yet come up with anything interesting to do with it.
Well, what have they come up with?
Ways to sell it to you.
By like, well, okay, so you were saying about horrible AI things that are like forced on you. Like, I was just using my camera and it post-processed my picture that I took of the cat.
No!
And it was like, no! Like, I didn't ask for this. I turned it off immediately. And it's like, why would they just like shoehorn that in?
Yeah.
It's a camera. I want it to be fuzzy. That's the detail. That's like the crust.
The crust. Well, yeah, they're just like the people developing this technology are the people selling it to you. They don't actually have a creative vision for how it can be used. They're just telling you that the potential is endless and creative. Like that.
But I didn't pay for that. And there are AI things that I actually am buying.
Right.
Like Midjourney.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's too early to know what people are really doing with these things. I am not the one to explore it, and I'm sure there are going to be people who are not intimidated by it, like you, Joe, who are going to come up with some interesting shit to do with it.
I think it's therapeutic. I think
Therapeutic.
Generating dogs wearing clothing is therapeutic.
To like let somebody else do your drawings for you.
I mean, it's like finding an image that you know it's a generic enough image that you could just like ask a computer to make it.
Yeah, and you just want to see it. I mean, maybe I just don't have the impulse to do that because I've never done it. Like I said, I just ask you to do a funny voice. When I want to hear the president, I just ask you.
Hey, everyone. It's.
Hey, President Biden, how come the U.S. vetoed another ceasefire order from the UN? What's up there? Why'd you? Hey, Mr. President, didn't you say you're concerned about what's going on there? And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
what the fuck? Mr. President?
Yeah.
Cut his mic. Cut his hand. Cut his dick. What the fuck? The chat is on fire. No. Our president is not yet at the point where he's masturbating on the camera while his handler's watching horror. Help. Help. Which one of our presidents is going to be the first to do that?
I mean, if it's not Joe, it's George.
George Senior when he's president, George Junior when he's president again. Oh, Mario's tired. We might not see him masturbate, but there's a good chance we'll see him shit his pants. That's right. Didn't what's his name do that recently? The turtley guy. I've already forgotten his name, but you know the turtle guy. He looks like
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. Yeah, Dana Carvey. Yeah, Mitch McConnell was like, he was like giving a speech at something, and he just stopped talking, and then he went into a back room for about 20 minutes, and then came back. And there was some speculation that, by the look on his face, it didn't seem like he had a stroke. That was another time. I think this time he was shitting and farting.
I thought you were gonna say he had to masturbate.
No. No, he pooped in his pants.
Oh, wow. Well, someone's wish came true.
Yeah.
Someone wished that on him.
It's true. Somebody jumped into a pit of fire in order to make that happen, right? Somebody self-immolated and wished that Mitch McConnell would poop and pee his pants.
They probably just blew out some candles.
That's what our mother wished for on her 70th birthday.
Yep.
And then when my son was like, Nana, what did you wish for? She's like, I can't tell you, but it was something good. She's wishing that bitch McConnell poopies his pants one more time on camera. Well, where are we going from here?
We're going from here to AI president.
Oh my God.
We're going to have an AIocracy.
Right. Once again, the movie Simone, starring Al Pacino, holding the crystal ball.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that guy got this thing that only he knows about, but it worked for The Fly, which is the same ridiculous concept and, you know, makes you dream, makes you imagine it.
You're right. The Fly and Simone have a pretty similar plot. This guy gets a hold of technology that is unsupported, right? You can no longer fix it, right?
Yeah.
And it's an impossible technology that nobody else has for some reason. Like it was developed in a vacuum.
You have to accept that for the movie to work, that he's the only one who knows about it.
Yes. Yes.
Which is just insane.
It's just insane. Are there any other movies in this genre? Can you think of another one?
Fly-likes?
Fly-likes?
The fly-like genre? I don't know.
What about
Will Smith being the only one who saw it coming?
He saw it coming. Yeah, it's not an invention though. I feel like it has to be an invention that somebody subjects themselves to experimentally.
What were you gonna say?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Right? There's a machine that makes you forget about your loved one.
And nobody knows about it because everyone forgot?
People only hear about it through word of mouth.
Okay.
And it's just in some shitty office on Long Island. You can just get the procedure done.
Yeah.
Like, are you meant to think that this happens everywhere or just this one guy has it?
Well, I guess that makes sense because they can erase people's minds who know about it.
They can erase the competition.
Can they kidnap people and erase their minds?
No.
Or do you have to agree to it?
You have to agree to it. They're very on the level. The doctor is very on the level, except when it comes to being honest with his wife. He doesn't do anyone wrong with the procedure. Nobody dies. There are no malpractice lawsuits in Eternal Sunshine.
And if there were, they could all just forget about it.
Right, they could all just be made to forget about it.
Yeah, are there any other movies in this genre, or did they not make those anymore?
I don't think they make the movies where one guy has the power to do something nobody else knows about. Eternal Sunshine does have a great soundtrack. John Bryan, in his time. Donnie Darko, is that a technology he has?
I don't know. I don't think it's technology.
I think that's
guess
magic.
He's the only one who knows about it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But I think we're broadening a little bit too much here. All right. What's a topic we can go out on tonight? We gotta wrap this up.
All right, let's see if there was something else I wanted to bring up.
What about Primer? Is that a technology only one guy knows about thing?
Primer?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a science movie where they travel through time.
Oh, right. Last thing about AI. The AI guy is asking for $7 trillion.
Is that what the AI guy is asking for? He's holding the world hostage for $7 trillion?
I think so.
Wait, you mean like the person who becomes president?
I think he's just looking for $7 trillion for some AI project.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I thought the AI was calculating based on inflation and based on the movie Austin Powers, what it would be, what ransom it would be acceptable to ask for now.
That is something you could use it for. It would know the number. It would tell you a million fucking disclaimers about why it's inaccurate, but like, shut up, just do it.
You know, Dr. Evil just pulled that one out of his ass and it was correct. $100 billion. That's how much.
Yeah.
That's enough to make the government go, uh-oh. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, 7 trillion is kind of like that. They would have to completely gut Social Security, or maybe they already did.
I mean, yeah, that would be this would be the pretense for gutting Social Security.
I can't find the last red coin. I forget where it is.
It is fun to just watch you speed through this level. Platforming in 3D. Never done it before. Let's do it with Mario, the best it'll ever be.
Yeah, right?
Right? Perfect on the first shot.
Yeah. Yeah, you were right the first time.
Mm-hmm. Stop digging, you struck gold.
Well, I like Mario Sunshine, but a lot of people didn't.
And I mean, all the Mario games since this game are kind of this game, right?
Well, yeah, they haven't really evolved since this game. They're all just Mario in 3D. I mean, Mario Galaxy is evolved, but it's also like on a planetoid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little different, I guess. It's like the same though.
Yeah. This was the best. This is why people still play this game.
You can't really add more and more dimensions.
No, there's nowhere else to go.
I guess you get gimmicky with time. Mario's not Prince of Persia though.
No. They just made a new Prince of Persia, which, from what I've heard, is not really a Prince of Persia style game.
Yeah.
It's like an action game.
Yeah.
Isn't that annoying?
It is. That's like, you know, they're always using the name of something to promote something completely different.
Yeah. Don't like it.
Yeah, it has to end.
The shit has to stop.
No! All right, I give up.
Okay. Unaccompanied kids are banned from the Atlantic Avenue Mall. That doesn't surprise me. They did that in Philly, too. They did that in Philly because there were some teens in the mall making a small amount of trouble, and a cop chased them and fell on his ass and got hurt. So they banned all the teens from the mall. Yeah, no, kids are not allowed to loiter. I can't get into this at the end of the night. I've already said what I need to say.
Yeah.
They're just mad because the cop is not very good at chasing them. Of course he's not. A kid can outrun a cop, no problem. That's like a constant, right? Like, a teenager can yell, like scream really, really loud and run away really, really fast.
I mean, I don't know. What if a cop is on one of those little scooter things?
Even funnier when he falls on his ass and gets hurt. The cop should have gotten in trouble for not being able to keep up with those kids. I mean, he should have been humiliated. He was humiliated. That's the reason they're mad. Yeah, well, look, there's no more malls. Where do kids hang out? On TikTok, right? They're hanging out on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, people at the mall are also on TikTok.
That's true. Even if you're still loitering at the mall, there's no physical world that is more stimulating than the non-stop action of the digital world. I think teenagers who don't have social media are really cool. I mean, you'll never know how many of them there are, right? Because they're nowhere to be seen. But they're out there.
Yeah.
And not just teenagers. There are people out there in this world who are just living their lives and dying without any fanfare whatsoever. And the internet doesn't even fucking factor into that. I like thinking about that. No social media haver. Yeah, I gotta get on your level. Like I said, I'm noticing that social media isn't really that important.
No. You don't need to tweet out the link. It doesn't matter.
I don't have to tweet about the L**NK and post it in the second tweet so that Twitter doesn't throttle it.
Yeah, don't tweet. Don't be ridiculous. Tweeting is ridiculous.
This is silly nonsense. It's cool to have always thought social media sucked. Very cool. Mario's so tired. We're up too late here. I feel like I'm looking for a little thread of something I can pull on and unravel a little sweater at the end of the night. I feel like that's what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah.
But we don't have to do that. We can just have a chill Thingus night with all of you. Our slaves. Who we barely feed. Should I release the milk?
Yeah, if there's any left.
I'm like touching it like a can. I'm like sliding the can to see if there's any in there. There's a little rattling around on the bottom. There you go, guys. Ka-chunk. Milk incoming. Okay. It basically just looks like someone spit off the ledge. That's how little there was. It evaporated before it reached the ground.
And people are still drinking it, like Oscar drinking every tiny bit of soda left.
Yes, their mouths are open. They're holding the can and like trying to turn it just enough that last little triangle of it comes into their mouths. You're welcome, guys. Drink up. Enjoy it in good health. And we'll see you on the next Thingus. Bye. Thanks for stopping.